Hi, Central family. It's Melinda Johnson. I miss y'all. I miss being in the same room with you, and I can't wait to see your faces again, hopefully soon. I wanted to take a few minutes and just kind of share what's been going on with Craig and I during this time. We own a pool construction business, and when all of this first started happening, we were concerned because we didn't know if we would be considered an essential business. Craig and I both work there, so that's our only source of income. And, we have employees, and we wanted to make sure we were going to be able to keep our employees in a job, be able to pay them. And it was a really scary time to begin with. But I was sitting at my desk one day, and Jeremiah 29:11 came to my mind. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans for a hope and a future. And I've thought of that verse 100 times. It's my favorite verse. I have it hanging on my wall. But this time when I was thinking it, the word prosper just lit up brightly in my mind, and I just thought, what in the world? What, prosper? God, you're going to prosper us during this time? Is that what you're saying? And then I just kind of laughed because, I'm just hoping to hang on to our business, hoping it doesn't fail. You just don't know what's going to happen. And here God is putting this word prosper in front of me. And I just thought, you know what? That would be just like God to do the impossible, or to do something so unexpected like that, that that it was God's hand in whatever was going on. So that gave me a lot of peace. And, I had a lot of faith, and I just believed that things were going to be okay. And I didn't really know what that meant, prosper. I didn't know if it was financial. I didn't know if it was spiritual. But I just knew that God had me. And it's just a great feeling to have faith in a God like that is going to take care of you, whatever that means. Then the government came out with some SBA loans, the Economic Disaster Loan and the Payment Protection Program, and we applied for those things. And there was a time in between the application process and the approval process where it was a battle of faith over fear some days. I mean, it was scary. The unknown is so scary. And even though I had faith and I had trust, and even God had been speaking to me during this time, I still had a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear. And I was sitting at my desk and online found out that the Payment Protection Program had run out of money. And I couldn't believe it. And so I'm talking to God about it, going, God, you said you were going to prosper me, and now you've pulled that money out from under me, money I thought I could have in the bank waiting for me, as kind of a security thing for me, as a safety net, and something just tangible that I could see, and like a backup plan. And I just remember God saying, "Am I your backup plan?" And I thought, well, of course, God, I trust you. Of course, of course. But I didn't realize how much I had been depending on the government to come through with that money for me. And even though I thought my faith was strong and I believed what God was saying, I still was depending on the government. I was depending on earthly things to carry me through. And that was kind of a surprise for me. And then God said, but I'm not your safety net. Safety nets are man-made. Safety nets can fail. Safety nets give you a false sense of security. And that's not who my God is. And he just revealed to me that day that even though I was claiming that I had this great faith in God, and I believed it, when I was put to the test, I realized that I wasn't putting my money where my mouth was, that I did claim to have faith, that I did believe God. But when the tangible thing, the earthly thing, didn't pan out, I looked to God and was just questioning why in the world would this happen? And, God's like, are you going to put your faith and trust in what the world has to offer you? Or are you going to put your faith and trust in what I've promised you? So, man, the lessons you get to learn during this time are just, I'm grateful for them. They're stepping stones for the future. Our faith is built little by little. I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I 100% don't worry about anything and I'm not anxious about anything. God's word says to do that. But, I think it's a battle of faith over fear, and the faith has to win. And that's what God showed me during this time. So I hope that helps. I hope that, if you're going through a similar situation, that you can just cling to God and just believe in what He says. So love you guys, miss you guys, and can't wait to see you soon.